Namaste, Merry Christmas, and Happy Holidays. This is your weekly reading for December 22nd to 28th with me, the Queen of Cups, Montreal. This week we're using the Universal Goddess Tarot and doing a past, present, future spread I came up with in the spirit of the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future from A Christmas Carol. Remember to stay tuned because at the end I will give you the crystal prescription for the week ahead. For those of you who are new, thank you for joining. I draw the cards beforehand so I don't get off on a tangent while I'm doing the reading, and I provide you with concise, helpful information. Let's begin. The Navajo goddess reversed, and the Four of Cups, getting ahead of myself, the Four of the Cups from the top deck indicate this reading is for those of you who are feeling stuck and dissatisfied with yourselves or your life. I think we can all relate to that somewhat, especially with the new year and a new decade approaching. The goddess of the past is Hestia. She represents that you have known fulfillment in the past and found a means to be at home with yourself. So at one point you didn't feel that way, which is granted. You may have made peace with your childhood or your family, and Hestia is indicative of feeling loved and loving oneself. But just because you're here now doesn't mean you didn't achieve that at what point. So self-love is a practice. And it isn't something we feel all at once and always stay in that same zone. Spirit is always calling us to grow and evolve in our relationship and within ourselves. We're always being called on to explore ourselves deeper and tap into a more profound sense of self-acceptance. You haven't failed if you don't feel it all the time every day. It just means that you have to practice it more. And it'll come with practice, just like so many things. What lessons have you learned along your journey? Sadly, that some people can be deceitful, selfish, and hurtful. You've encountered someone or several people in the recent past who have twisted your concept of self-love, trust, compassion, and it's been painful. I disagree when people say everything happens for a reason. Instead, I believe everything that happens can serve a purpose. We don't get our hearts broken because the divine likes to see us suffer. That's not why we suffer. We get our hearts broken, and what we can do is learn from it. We can grow from it. We don't have to get in our own way. And when somebody uses their free will in a way to harm us, we can always rise like a phoenix from the ashes. Like, they hurt you, and that's not according to the plan, but at least you can learn from it. The goddess of the present is Kali, and she's the goddess of death here. I want you to gather the sage, the selenite, the black tourmaline. You're being called to cut old cords, like Kali with her sword, with her blade. Break toxic cycles and patterns. Remove yourself from the energy vampires and the dreaded narcissists. Kali can look like an imposing figure, but only because she's so swift and certain with her blade. And that's scary. Change is scary. Cutting people off and learning to set healthy boundaries, also scary. But you know what's scarier? Is living a stagnant life and wondering what love we could have found if we would just cut off that toxic person. Wondering what could have been had we just found that courage to push through our fear. What needs to be learned right now during this phase of life? And I drew Hel, the ruler of the kingdom of the dead. And that was a little bit stark. But then I also drew the Empress as a clarifier. And I got the impression that a lot of you out there, though this reading won't resonate with everyone, but a lot of you out there are worried about being hurt again. And so you feel your path may be best served alone, or you're keeping everyone at arm's length, like her. Like her personal life is dead. Her love is dead. Perhaps you're not letting people in, perhaps you're keeping people away, perhaps you're not even engaging with people. But then you have this strong juxtaposition of the Empress. And she's intelligent, grounded, she's full of kindness, loyalty, and passion. And you see that with her, it's not an either or situation. It's not like I'm foolish if I fall in love and I'm safe if I don't. The Empress embraces all aspects of her intelligence, of her swiftness, her keenness, her groundedness. And she doesn't isolate herself in order to protect herself. She's just more thoughtful. So whether you feel isolated from a lover, friends, or family, which is particularly hard around this time of year, it's time to open yourself up to love again, and the love of others and your own. And friendship and love is some of the best therapy. So remember to stay tuned. I have some crystals that I want to suggest for love. And I just want to, leave you with this image of the Empress, like all enveloped in these fabrics and these cushions. And this is the safety and security of someone that can be trusted and someone you can love. Don't isolate yourself, especially not this time of year. The goddess of your future is the Lady of the Sioux. She represents harmony within and with spirit. She represents good health and prosperity that waits for you on this journey. And she represents the ability to pass on your peace to others. Optimal wellness comes from spiritual health and mental health, physical health, emotional health. You're worthy of the time it takes to invest in these cornerstones of wellness on a daily or sometimes weekly basis. You don't know what you're being called to do. Maybe you're being called forward as a healer. Maybe you're being called forward to use your spiritual gifts, or just your journey to help heal people as a social worker, a psychologist, whatever your mission is, or a coach, whatever your mission is, you have to take time in yourself, invest in yourself in order to make that a reality. So do take time for your wellness. I feel like a lot of you have a healing journey ahead for the year ahead. Be sure to tune in next week. By the way, I'm going to come up with a reading to kind of sum up the year ahead. So, but it does have to do with this peace and healing, and the fact that 2020 is a year of manifestation for a lot of people. Manifest, manifest, manifest. What do you need to get here to this peace and healing and wellness and to share your story? You need self-exploration, personal knowledge, empathy for yourself, and a joy for life. Here you can see her scroll of knowledge, her cup representing emotions that she has well in hand, and her instrument displaying joy and diversion. Yes, life may not be all that you call it to be right now. You're dissatisfied and you question whether you're growing or you're going anywhere. But the goal is to continually strive to be the optimal version of yourself. So by following the advice of spirit that's been laid out today, the rest will fall into place naturally with a spirit of gratitude, love, and enthusiasm. So I want you to realize that you have found wellness, self-love, and peace with your past before, that people have hurt you, but you're able to learn from that and grow from that. That before the end of the year, you're being called to cut off old ties, toxic patterns, negativity, and negative people. That love isn't an either or situation. It doesn't have to be isolated and protected. You're actually not doing yourself a favor by keeping yourself isolated and protective. What's better is to explore, love, experience compassion, and yet be thoughtful about it. And this is where you're going. Healing, nurturing. For those of you who are spiritual gifts or have a spiritual path to take where it regards helping people and healing people, this is where you're headed to. Self-knowledge and the ability to contribute to the betterment and the healing of the world. All right, so this is going to be a good year-end reading, and it's going to be a good year. Remember to tune in next week. 2020 is going to be such a powerful year of manifestation. So we need to clear and cleanse the negative energy. I suggest for that some selenite. Some selenite sticks here. I suggest rock quartz. So clear quartz, rock quartz, it's a great thing to have. It amplifies any energy it's connected to. So this is a great way to amplify the crystals you already have. And of course, to keep the negative energy at bay, you can always go for a little bit of black tourmaline or hematite, which I love. You know, you guys, I'm always championing the hematite. To help foster love, self-love, compassion, I want you to get some rhodochrosite, some agate, some amazonite, some rose quartz. All those greens and pinks can do wonders for like the heart chakra. So just think about it. We think of red and pink when we think of love, and we think of the heart chakra, it's green. So any sort of crystal like that, watermelon tourmaline is also very good. Finally, you'll need some crystals for optimism and joy. I want you to tap into some carnelian, which is a great stone to have. It comes in different colors. You want to get orange or red carnelian for this purpose. Some yellow aventurine, or even, sorry, my sample's so small this week, guys, some citrine, which is a great stone for the sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, gets everything going for the year ahead. This has been the Queen of Cups Montreal. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and share. I come with a new reading every week, so be sure to just subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss next week's reading. You can always find links for my Facebook, Instagram, services, and healing crystals in the video description below. I hope you guys are having a happy holidays. If you're not into celebrating holidays, I hope that you're taking time to reflect and really nourish yourself spiritually before the new year. Have a great week ahead. And as always, guys, love all and harm none. And this includes yourself. Happy holidays.